our group.
Just now like you guys. Only today.
And they're a very special couple. They live in Sherborne, Massachusetts. It's one of the most beautiful towns. It's a classic old Massachusetts town.
Massachusetts.
And he has been a professor at MIT for 74 years. Oh, I got it straight. 47 years. And he and I have a connection in that I taught design at KAIST, and he teaches design at MIT. And in fact, the design professor who I learned under was his maybe a mentor.
Right.
He's a fellow teacher.
Really?
MIT is a super university, right?
That's major.
Do you know my
Michael, that's
great
amazing.
uncle graduated from MIT in 1894? And your wife has many, many different talents and supports each other. And they have a beautiful house, property with even a pond. It has a pond there. Yeah. And I know them through their son. Their son's name is Joseph. They have two sons. Joseph is a biblical name.
Oh, yeah.
The other son is Adam.
Oh, really?
Is Adam a,
Younger or older one?
Adam is
Older
older.
one?
Is Adam a biblical name?
name?
So they have, that's our connection with, that's how I got to know them, through Joseph.
By Joseph.
Joseph also joined hiking club?
Yeah, he's in the hiking club. Yeah. He's a very good hiker. And I've been in the hiking club 18 years now. So that's how I keep alive. That and Korean food. But you know, they're a wonderful couple because Joseph is really special. He's in the computer science department at KAIST. It's the best, one of the best departments at KAIST. It's one of the best in Asia.
I just heard that he has been working for 3 years, but you worked there quite a long time ago, right?
8 years, yeah.
You met him at the hiking club?
Hiking club.
I see.
I retired from KAIST 10 years ago
10 years.
at the age of 74. At the time, I was the oldest professor at KAIST. But because I taught design, they needed my skill. So I was able to stay there. So why don't you say a little bit about yourself?
You could still be teaching it, I think.
I could, yeah. I love design. I absolutely, it was my passion.
Yeah.
It was absolutely, and I worked in a design firm, so I knew what the real world was.
Yeah.
We love design because there's no exam. The students hated design because there was no exam.
Aha.
Your grade is based upon your design. And the
No
students
written exam,
hated
right?
that. And every freshman had to take our course. So every term I had 500 students, divided into teams of 5. And I absolutely love, poor Joseph, he heard all about my design. Of course. I love teaching at KAIST.
That's
So-
such an undertaking, though. To have 500 students at a time is very, very demanding.
I was part of the teaching team.
Yeah,
I
must
cannot
be.
say it was.
It must be, it's going to be impossible to do this in person.
I had to meet all the students every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So my office had a table and they'd gather there for 1 hour and I go over each term team and see if they're in trouble. If they're in trouble, I would meet with them at night.
Yeah.
And but the other professors at KAIST hated the design course because it wasn't easy. They thought physics, chemistry, mathematics, that's science. Design is not science. Design is applied science. It's a difference. So they hated our course. So when I left KAIST, they dropped it as a requirement.
Yeah, they did.
And each department had their own group.
But when you talk about design, it has also many fields, right?
Oh,
So your field was same?
many fields. Well, that's what's wonderful about design.
And he
Yeah.
taught.
Right, I could not teach all the things that were designed.
like car automobile.
we have 100
design
teams,
or-
5 in each team. Those teams would go out to different professors. They would choose which topic they want to work in. So one professor was the astronaut, the Korean astronaut who went to space.
Mm-hmm.
So she had teams, and I remember one of their teams was growing vegetables in space. One of the big problems with exploration is that the food supply is heavy,
Yeah.
and it's very hard to send a rocket into space.
Mm.
So if you could bring seeds and grow in space, it would really make it much easier to travel.
They
Mm.
tried that. It's
Yeah, they ate the salad in the spaceship that they ate. I remember they ate.
Oh, really?
They ate,
So-
yeah,
Salad.
it
Because
was
the
successful.
Korean astronaut specialized in that particular area.
Mm.
And the problem with space is there's very little gravity.
Yeah.
So the plants don't know what to do. Gravity is so important.
Mm.
Yeah, that's a problem.
So a typical topic would be, I remember one, eco-friendly home. Use fiber optics to bring the light in. So you don't need to have electricity,
Light.
electric lights. Eco-friendly dishwasher. Hand phone, new applications for hand phone. Remember, I was teaching this 20 years ago. So it was when hand phones were just
Just started
gestating.
bigger, yeah.
Yeah. And so no exam, group of 5. How do you grade a group of 5?
They're supposed to show some result, making some.
You have to show it has to be real, it has to have a new idea, it has to be functional, it has to be something that is useful, helpful.
You
There are
gave-
many criteria.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gave
probably-
them some guideline criteria.
Many criteria. And the way we graded the teams,
Uh-huh.
this is,
What, how did
we
you do that?
had them grade each other.
Ah, peer evaluation.
Peer evaluation.
Ah,
And they never saw what the peer wrote.
doing.
Mhm.
Ah, I see.
So in that way, they could grade 1 to 5, how hard these other people work. What did we find out?
What?
The women worked harder.
Yes.
The yoja.
Really?
Yeah, generally the women worked harder than the namja.
Yeah.
And when it was a team between foreigners and Koreans, the Koreans, yeah,
Work harder?
the Koreans worked hard, and they told the foreigners what the results were. So we eventually made foreign teams and Korean teams. We couldn't mix the two because they just didn't really fit together.
That's really
Yeah.
interesting.
Because if you had Korean and foreigner, the Koreans didn't want to speak English. And then the foreigner wouldn't know what's happening.
I see.
And so then the Koreans would explain to the foreigners what they decided.
Mhm.
But the foreigners had no part of the decision. Oh, it's a problem. Yeah.
It's a good solution though.